Hello, for much of my life I was in London town and not far from the famous King's Road in Chelsea where I went to school and lived. Brought up in a council flat with other working class kids long before the toffs of Made in Chelsea made everyone think we're mindless kids. But looking at the TV and in the magazines, you sort of think that London is a fantasy land, all glitzy and glamorous, a tourist wonderland, with high-income living and opulence and wealth, where the world is your oyster. Play on words there, because of card, tube, you never know. And so many places to shop. With the tourist images of London in most people's heads, no wonder so many think it's paradise and the place to get success. Those cheeky, chirpy cockneys like Dick Van Dyke on speed. Hello, Mary Poppins, let's have a cup of tea. London, a place where you can never get lost because you can always ask a nice policeman where to go. Where mastermind winning taxi drivers know every street and direction and always get you there the cheapest way. A place where Americans think everyone personally knows the Queen, where all men wear bowler hats, of course, saying, "Toodly pip, old chap, cheerio, must fly." But London isn't all that it seems on the TV, and from the tourist campaign blurbs, or through the eyes of the rich and famous, as most Londoners have observed. So anyone believing London will be utopia, ever think before you leave. This next one is called Down South, for all those who have been deceived. So you say, you're going to run away to escape this industrial decay, but where you're going to run to? Is the South that attractive to you, with unemployment and no place to live? You say there's nothing for you at home, so you got on your bike to venture alone to the bright lights and dirty streets, struggling to find some place to live. It's not all what it seems on the TV screens. You wander all over the town, just looking for somewhere to lay your head down, but without a place to live, how can you get a job? It's a vicious circle in a lonely town called London. Crouched alone in a dingy corner to hide away from theatre goers pushing past and hunters targeting their prey, being eyed up by abusers, avoided by the rest, scared of falling asleep for fear of what comes next. Waking up so tired on a cold, rain-soaked street, commuters swarming in all directions, your eyes never meet. Overlooked, stepped around, jostled about and routinely shunned. Another ignored face in the roofless city called London. After weeks of desperation about not knowing where to turn to next, you're offered some food, a bath and a warm place to rest your head. But after the drugs started free, the stolen sex became the fee. Abused again on the exploiting streets of London. After a year without contact from anyone at home, your parents are desperately searching the streets tirelessly on their own. Amongst the untreated, mentally ill, the lonely and depressed, the thugs, the addicted, the damaged and forgotten, dispossessed. As your parents soon discover, so many lives just disappear. Ghosts increasingly haunt the shadows as victims to racketeers. When life may seem better on the other side of the street, just take a look at what you've got and be careful who you meet. But in your single damp room of a backstreet city slum, one after another, the abusers, they still come. A hefty fee for a roof and drugs that make sure you're kept subdued. That's often the price to be paid, if only you knew. So you say you're going to go down south. That's up to you, but think what it's about. It's not all it seems to be. There's homelessness and poverty, and the streets there aren't really paved with gold.